Yo, peace. It's your boy. We back at it again. So today we're talking about something very serious. It's powerful, something that's transformational, something that will free your mind and your fitness journey. It is I am my own body goals. Say it with me, write it down, tattoo it on your soul if you have to. Because the moment you stop comparing, the moment you stop chasing someone else's physique, you finally unlock the body you were designed to build. So it was so good. We came out with our own shirt for it. I don't know if you can see it. I have my own body goals. My ex Muse came out with it. Like we came out with it, but I'm taking applications for a new Muse though. By the way, I'm just joking. But yeah, this is something that's serious to me. Is probably if y'all never hear the sound of my voice again, this is my most important video to date because I'm very animate about this. You know, uh, as my man said, when you start comparing, that's when you start losing. You know what I mean? So we want to stop comparing and be the best versions of ourselves. So we're gonna keep it real. We live in a world where everybody is scrolling, comparing, wishing, and wanting. And the crazy part about that is that when you're comparing yourself to highlight reels, perfect lighting, angles, filters, and sometimes straight up Photoshop, um, people really don't want to hear this truth. But your body has its own blueprint. Your genetics, your bone structure, your journey, your lifestyle, it's unique. I think that's what makes the world so beautiful. Would you agree? Right? Trying to be someone else is like trying to fit into clothes that were never cut for your body. I like it. I liken it to where it says that no two raindrops are alike. And think about it. The earth been here for trillions of years. Don't be in my comments talking about 4.68 billion. I don't hear none of that. Been here for trillions of years. And the amount of time that it rained across the globe, there's not two raindrops. No two raindrops are alike, not even two snowflakes. So the infinite wisdom of the creator is like so magnificent, even with you down to your fingerprint is unique. So that says a lot. And that we should embrace that as well and realize, we're enough. That we are special, you know what I'm saying? So when we say, I'm my own body goals is not to be arrogant. It's more for an alignment purpose, really. It means your starting point. You respect your progress. You're chasing growth, not perfection. Uh, it's building the best version of you, not the internet version of perfection. I think that's when people get into a lot of depression. I think it's one of the causes of depression too. Is when we compare ourselves and we feel like we can't live up to that standard. Depression sets in. Winners. There's a saying: winners focus on winning, losers focus on winners. You know, when you're focusing on yourself in a healthy kind of way, I think life is much easier for you. It's easier for you to navigate, because everything begins and ends with you, and you're focusing on you being the best version of yourself. And that's what separates people. That's the mindset that separates people who stay stuck and from those who transform. So anything about transformation starts with you. Like Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. Everything, like I said, begins and ends with you. So don't ever forget that. And when you becoming, and now that you know that, that's how you start to gain power. Even the first sentence, the first two words, I am. It's the verb to be, but it is powerful. Like when Jehovah told Moses when he asks, "Yo, who sends me to Pharaoh?" Say, "I am that I am," but I am present. And once we um have that ingrained with us, as one of my mentors said in a podcast, he was like, the universe will say, "Show me." Nation, gods, and earth, peace to them. They'll be like, they have a show and prove because everything comes down to mathematics. But once you say I am, you have to prove it not just to the universe but to yourself that you can do that, and you definitely are that. Because we're not separate. Everything is connected, right? So when you embrace that, your motivation becomes, uh, um, your progress, pardon, becomes motivation instead of pressure, or more so discipline, right? Your discipline becomes, well, motivation comes pressure. Discipline becomes a natural because now you're doing it for you. So now you get into a rhythm, right? I think that's one of the principles of Hermetic principle. One of the Hermetic principles is the law of rhythmicity. And I talked about that in a previous video in Napoleon Hill's book, Outwitting the Devil, and he talks about getting to a hypnotic rhythm, and it's the same thing. So now you're picking up and you're building your identity again, becoming that new person, right? Put on the new man, right? So your self-confidence goes up because you're not tied to comparison. Once you're focusing on you, just you become so secure, especially in a world that's where a lot of people are insecure, and this is why we wear masks, right? Because we're not comfortable being who we are. So this is the whole thing of I am my own body goals, is being confident who we are, where we are our true authentic selves, no matter where we go. You know, there's no mask to be worn. It's me, myself, and I. You know what I'm saying? It's really me. You know, so your results start to compound, and because now your energy is aligned with purpose. That's what it's about: alignment, purpose. This is the power of I am, right? So you stop chasing aesthetics, right, which you're never meant to have, and you start walking toward the body you were built to own, right? Because it's about ownership too. Like I tell people, and I tell clients too, if you can't own your body, it don't make sense for me to put the weights on top of you. So you have to learn how to master self first, right? So here are some practical steps that you can take on en route to achieving your your body goals. Track your progress, right? Not anybody else's, not Susie's, not Kate's, not Tom's. Yours, right? Get off of IG, yours. And a matter of fact, I want to say this: some of your influencers, when you get up on them, they're not as good as they look on TV or on Instagram. I know I've been up close on some of them, and I'm not saying their bodies are bad, but you're like, oh, that's it? Shit, your body's probably better than theirs. They probably looking at you like, yo, yeah, girl, you getting it, or yo, fam, you look good. So that comparison, sometimes we end up projecting. We downplay ourselves to make someone else be great. You know, so don't do that, right? I think it says, greater, greater, greater is he, greater is in you that is he is in the world. So always keep that in mind, all right? And not on no arrogant shit, but just you him, you her, you working towards that and start having that mindset as well. You set your goals based on your performance, not comparison. Like I told you earlier, my man said when you start comparing, that's when you start losing. And when he said that, I don't look at nobody else. I just be like, oh, okay. And those who know me know that's my attitude. Oh, okay. But the performance is getting stronger, healthier, and more consistent. That's the formula for success. Another thing also, I think that we don't do, I think, again, yeah, celebrate your milestones, even the small ones. Every rep, every habit, every choice, they all matter. Everything matters. And stop being so hard on yourself. If you fall off, so what? Get back up, dust off, and keep it moving. All right. I did a video on celebrating small wins, so check that out. 4, you want to build a body that fits your life, not the internet's expectation. Um, those who know me know I always talk about golden era bodybuilding. I love that era, how those guys look. But I'm not gonna be walking around here 236 pounds. Like Lee Haney's like, I make jokes and say Lee Haney's my godfather, right? Because I'm a big Lee Haney fan. But I'm not walking around 236. I don't want to look like that. And I can't even carry that, to be honest with you. But what I would take is the principles of how he built his body and add it to my life. Chew the meat, spit out the bones. Success leaves clues. So if you like somebody, you could admire them, see what they've done, apply it to your life, and get better with it. If it don't work, then you try something for you. Try something that works. All right. So in closing, there's always on your journey as well as you are your own body goals. There are somebody out there wishing they were you, and your shape, your strength, your dedication, your resilience, and you out here comparing yourself to someone else who's not even living in your reality. But the truth is, we all have a story to tell, and we should not be ashamed of our story because we never know who we're inspiring. I see it all the time in the gym. I see that I'm like, yo, when they come in overweight and they're being consistent, I'm like, yo, you inspire me. I like training people like that too, but they inspire me, because I'm like, I can't wait to see the end product. Just for the fact that they're being consistent, coming in here, they're not caring about who looking at them, who doing what. If they look stupid, they getting right. And we should adopt that mentality too, you know? So I want, if any message today, I want you guys to reclaim your power with the power of I am as well. That I am my own body goals. You know what I mean? Not because you're perfect, but because you're making progress, and that's what it's all about. You know, you don't have the body that you want yet, but that's the beautiful thing that we keep building brick by brick, brick by brick, rep by rep, day by day. You know, so reclaim your power and be the best version of yourself. And if this resonates with you, yo, drop a fire emoji in the comments. You know what I mean? Because I really like to hear you guys' feedback, man. And also, I'm thinking about bringing back out these shirts too. What you guys think? I'm gonna bring these back out too, sooner than later. So if that's something that you're interested, follow me on IG and look out because I will be posting it on IG, and then y'all can DM me for your shirts. All right, summertime's coming. All right, so it's Alchemy Fitness signing off, where you transfer from let to go. And before I close out, if you need a program to help you, summertime is coming. Get down, click the link in the description so we can work together, see if we can help you and, transfer you from there to go. Don't forget, you are your body goals. Train hard, train smart, and train safe. Peace.